Junior, can you believe it's been 9 episodes already?
9 episodes, Adrian, and they've been 9 episodes loaded with fun, and I'm excited to share some good news with you and everyone else. Now, we're going to be trying something new, and we're going to be introducing another aspect on the First Two Show. We're going to be introducing our fan cams. So if you're a fan, of a different club, it doesn't have to be Arsenal, Tottenham, uh, be it United, Chelsea, or even
Brentford.
Liverpool. Brentford, Crystal Palace, we're going to be introducing fan cams where you've
Yeah,
got the chance, to come on the show, give us your views as far as your club is concerned, or even as far as football as a whole is concerned. So that's one thing to watch out for, and I hope the people are going to be as excited as we are.
definitely, Junior. It will be nice to use someone else's perspective who's not biased towards Messi.
Definitely, Adrian, and yeah, we can't wait to get started.
Definitely. We'll see you guys soon.
263, hometown chilling, steaks I'm grilling, melanin dripping, smoking I'm trippy, the hookah, the shorty with the big ass twerking, got the city on lock. Genie type of pockets making video thought, turn your wife into a hoe, I done seen it a lot, and you ain't got no money, Uncle Phil hit the dot, blah blah hit the spot.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the First Two Show, and as always, I'm with my main Adrian.
Junior, what's up? What's up? I can see you're happy, extra happy.
Oh,
I can wonder
yes,
why
I
that
told
is.
you. I told you my team is back, but on the other end, what's happening to your team, bro? What's happening? Talk to me. I
Hey,
can see that you're stressed right now.
I'm stressed, but the pride is still there. The pride is still there. I hope our fortunes 10 sooner rather than later, man. It was a tough outing last time around Game Week 5 versus Chelsea. We had a positive first half. The guys were creating a lot of chances. Unfortunately, we couldn't take them. And, that's where you win games, the way you take your chances. And unfortunately, we didn't do that. And Chelsea came back in the second half with new vigor. They made a few tactical changes. Kante came in, and I think it was the man that made the difference for them going forward. And he also scored that goal, lucky goal. But then I think overall the better team won on the day. They were consistent from the first half, from the first whistle to the last whistle.
Yeah, from the way you're saying it, it seems like you're saying it like the the scoreline was a 1-0 defeat, or even though the scoreline that I saw was a 3-0 defeat. So you don't get to say the better team won on the day when the scoreline was 3-0.
So
But like you're saying, it was a game of two halves, and you guys didn't put away your chances, which came to your end, in the first half. And Chelsea just showed their quality, in the second half when they brought on Kante, who was a game changer for them. That
yeah,
just goes on to show the strength in depth that's within that Chelsea side. You guys you tried, but then the quality came through for Chelsea, and that's why they are one of the contenders for the title. But yeah, pretty sad days at Tottenham. It's funny how football can just change in the blink of an eye. I think about 2-3 weeks ago, you guys were top of the table. Saying we've won 3 games out of 3, we haven't conceded. What, this that. But now tough times ahead for you. But one more thing, Adrian, I want to ask you about Harry Kane. Do you think that he's just out of form, or his mind is no longer in Tottenham? His mind is no longer in North London. What's happening?
I think with the Harry Junior thing is, I think he's overwhelmed with the amount of games that he has played. I know he's not played as much as Pedri has played over the last year, but then he played a lot for us during Jose's era, went straight into the Euros. And although he did have a break, I think it's not enough for him. But then what do I know? I'm not the medical expert. And also, yeah, it could be a psychological issue that he does not really want to be at Tottenham, even though you say that his heart is with Tottenham. I feel like the saga of the past summer is affecting him somehow. But then he is performing in cup ties. He scored 2 goals in the Conference League playoffs. Scored 1 goal versus Wolves in the Carabao Cup. So I feel like with a player like Harry Kane, but then I feel like with a player like Harry Kane Jr., his time will eventually come. You'll find the back of the net eventually. He's a player of top quality, and with time, you get the goals. Do you know what, Junior? Harry Kane loves scoring on the North London derby, but we'll get to that later on the show. But let's move on to the next match, man.
Yes, we'll definitely talk about that a bit later. The other match that we're looking at, Manchester United, winning 2-1 against away to West Ham.
Yeah, definitely.
What a dramatic game, a game filled with drama, end-to-end football. A lot of controversy in the game. A lot of the United faithful feel that they should have at the very least won 2 penalties, but the ref. Didn't want anything to do with those penalties. Yeah. West Ham fans as well, they had a few penalty shouts, which didn't go their way, but a very, very exciting game. And, Mark Noble, normally reliable from the spot. I think he had converted his previous 10 out of 10 spot kicks. Yeah. Then on the other hand, David De Gea's last penalty save in the Premier League was when 2014 came in 2014 against Everton. And so he had let in his previous 40 penalties. So, what a statistic. And but anyways, it was a very good game. What are your thoughts as far as that game is concerned?
The GOAT came through. He's definitely added some much needed quality to the United side. The first goal was really like what we discussed on his debut, it was truly a poacher's goal, the way he moves in the box and the way he reacted to the keeper spilling that ball and scoring. That is truly magnificent. Good play. And other than that, it was a good game. David De Gea, kudos to him for such a save against one of the best Premier League penalty takers in the Premier League. That's Mark Noble. And it goes on to show that sometimes in football, statistics don't matter. You have to do with what's there on the day. And well done to Manchester United and Ole Gunnar. They really look like a good machine. They do. I do have some doubts, but then they really look like a side that's putting the name in their head for the race.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Adrian. They look like they're up for it.
Yeah.
Not so much as far as the quality is concerned. They do have quality players in Ronaldo, Bruno, Pogba. As far as that depth is concerned, they don't have the depth, as compared to Chelsea's or maybe Manchester City. But as far as belief is concerned or mentality, they're right up there, and that's the Ronaldo effect. I'm a Messi fan, but Ronaldo is a great player. And he's proving to be, quite a great addition. He isn't complicating much. He's just proving to be the right man at the right place and at the right time. And coming up with the goods when the team needs him, and that's what he was brought in to do. To be the difference maker when the games are tight, and and he's proven to be exactly that type of player in the previous 2 games. That's against West Ham, and the other one was against Newcastle. I know the scoreline was 4-1, but it was a pretty tight game.
Yeah, it was. And on that note, we've noted what Ronaldo was brought in to do, and he's been doing it. What's happening over the channel in France in Ligue 1? What is Messi doing? Is this the end for him, or he's just not there?
Lionel Messi.
Yes, Lionel Messi.
You see, Adrian, I feel like people, exaggerate. That's the thing where, that's the burden that comes with being the greatest player in the world. We need to remember that, Lionel Messi, for the first time in his career, is playing in a totally different city. Since the age of, was it 12 or 13, is in another city, which is not Barcelona. This is not an excuse, but, this is a new setting altogether. People do not realize, the impact, the off-field impact. He's trying to settle in to a new city with his family. And it's not like he's been playing bad. The goals are going to come, and I'm very, very confident. you can even clip this part even if it doesn't come to to fruition. But I'm really, really confident that the goals will come. He's been playing really well. The final part, which is putting the ball into the back of the net, that's the only part which has been missing. But I'm pretty sure that will come.
Wait and see. Wait and see.
Then the other game, Liverpool. Liverpool, came away 3-0 winners against a pretty decent Crystal Palace team. That is the very same team that beat you guys 3-0. But here's my thing with Liverpool. I think, with the first 11 that they have, no one has ever really doubted them. But the doubt comes with Liverpool as far as the depth is concerned. The Africa Cup of Nations is coming around, in January. That's when Liverpool are really going to be put to the test, with Mane and Salah, away their respective countries. Because Liverpool don't score many goals from midfield, like we said in the previous episode, Yeah. So I'm really, really curious to see what's going to happen. Where are those goals going to come from when Sadio Mane is away with Senegal and Salah is away with Egypt? So yeah. But as far as that first 11 is concerned, you can Liverpool can win against any team in the world.
Yeah.
But the concern comes when it comes to their depth, and that's my thought.
Well, it will be a chance for players like Minamino, Firmino, Jota to step up. Can they do what Salah and Mane have been doing? Possibly not. Can they carry the team for 1 or 2 months? They might. They might.
They might, but I doubt.
I'm an optimistic man. I want to bet my last dollar on Liverpool succeeding with that Salah or Mane. Although I'm concerned, because it's Liverpool. But then I'm pretty sure those guys can step up to the plate.
I think they can succeed, but not with the guys that they currently have. They need to make, quick additions as far as the January transfer window is concerned. They need to add real quality. Because, Adrian, if you're looking at the other teams that are in the title race, in Manchester United and Chelsea, and Manchester City as well, not forgetting Manchester City, they've got the quality. If, for example, if Lukaku is injured, they've got Timo Werner. Yes, we know that he doesn't always score, but he's a quality player. If you hear that Timo Werner has scored a hat-trick, you wouldn't be really surprised because he's been playing. The only aspect of his game that's been missing over the last couple of months is the goal scoring, But look at Liverpool now. They have 2 main goal scorers. Even their center forward, their traditional center forward, doesn't come up with the goals. Their goals come from the wide players in Salah and Mane. And those exact 2 players are the ones who are probably going to go away to the Africa Cup of Nations. So that's where my concern is.
Yeah, I hear you. And I'm pretty sure the Liverpool faithful have the same concern too.
Oh, yeah. Moving on to the next game, Manchester City, drawing against Southampton. Did you see that one coming? What happened?
I think we've said it enough on this show. Those guys need a center forward. They need a striker. They need a number 9. I won't argue any further. I don't know how Pep did not see that one coming. Maybe he was sure he would replicate the form, the same thing he did with Barcelona with Messi, creating a false number 9. But then Messi was special. Messi is special. He filled that role well. But anyway, those guys need a striker. I won't say anything else about Manchester City. They really need a striker,
Like you said, Adrian, we've said it too many times on this show. Maybe he did try to replicate what he did in Barcelona, but here's the thing now. I think I even mentioned it in the episode that we were talking about Manchester City. With the false 9 at Barcelona, right? The false 9, the person who was playing the false 9 role was Lionel Messi. Yeah. He's probably the greatest finisher there is out there. So him and Ronaldo, Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, they're not typical wingers because they're better than all the strikers that are there.
Yeah.
So that's why that false 9 tactic or system worked really well in Barcelona. But then when you try that now with a person like Gabriel Jesus or Kevin De Bruyne or even Bernardo Silva, even Raheem Sterling, I'm not taking a knock on these players. They're very good players, but they're not of the Lionel Messi caliber, So Manchester City needs an out-and-out, number 9. So yeah, I can't really say anything more. We've said it a couple of times here. Pep Guardiola, if you're watching, we are giving you tips. Make a plan in January.
Definitely. So let's move on to the upcoming fixtures. It's going to be a big weekend.
Derby.
Match day 6. But before we get to the derby, let's look at one game that could affect the title race. It's City versus Chelsea.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one.
It's a big game. Despite City's woes, I'm pretty sure they'll always bring their A game when they face a team like Chelsea. What are your thoughts on that, June?
Oh yeah, definitely, Adrian. Definitely. My thoughts on this game are the exact same thoughts that I had as far as the Champions League final was concerned. Yeah. Whoever scores first in this game has got the upper hand. Especially if Chelsea score first, because from what we have seen, their defense has been rock solid. Be it with Kepa in goal or with Mendy in goal, their defense has just been rock solid. And we've seen that Manchester City has struggled, particularly in the past couple of months, against teams that can really defend. I'm not saying that Chelsea sit deep and defend, no, but they're very organized in the way that they defend. So if Chelsea scored that very first goal, Manchester City are in big trouble. But Manchester City have got the quality. On any other day they can just bring up that quality, and at the end of the day, you wouldn't be shocked if they win 1-0, 2-0. But I wouldn't bet my money against Chelsea. In fact, my money is on Chelsea because, against the big boys, they drew 1-1 at Anfield when they were down to 10 men for 45 minutes. Exactly. So I think Chelsea will come away with the win. 1-0 Chelsea. That's what I think.
I won't disagree with a lot that you said, Junior. I wanted to say City have the home advantage, but what it is like being at Etihad, it's just not one of those venues that you're scared of going to,
Yeah, unless if you're Arsenal.
Yeah, we are talking about teams, Junior. We're talking about proper teams. but yeah, the atmosphere is not the. Pep has been calling on the fans to try and, this is a manager that has managed Barcelona. The atmosphere at the new camp is phenomenal. The atmosphere at Bayern Stadium is phenomenal. Then it comes to a place like Man City. I'm not taking a dig at Manchester City fans, but then I feel like they could do more. But then, as some of the supporters were saying, that most of the fans, Manchester City fans, are locals, and those are the ones that come to matches. It's not the same with teams like Liverpool and Manchester United, who have tourist fans that come in, and help them to fill the stadium. But then it's really sad. It's really sad the way that stadium is empty sometimes. So we can't count on the atmosphere to carry the team through. So Pep really has a big job to do on the pitch. We can't count on the 12th man. And like you said, with the way Chelsea are playing and with the depth that they have right now, the only problem that Tuchel has is what team to select come Saturday.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
Definitely a good problem to have.
So I didn't hear your prediction. What's your prediction?
Chelsea's going to win, I think. But then it's going to be now because City is still a side with quality. So maybe 1-0 or 2-1. Yeah.
Okay.
But
you're copying me there as far as the prediction is concerned, because I've been right, a couple of times. But anyway.
But then what I want to say is I wouldn't mind one team blowing out the other. 3-0, 4-0 would be fun.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind. I think it would be a game for the neutral fans.
Definitely.
So Adrian, now I think it's time for us to talk about the big one. It's Derby. North London has always been red. Recently, it's only the past couple of years that you guys have been trying to come a bit closer to us. But you guys you pale in comparison to Arsenal, and I can't wait for the game. Are you confident?
More than confident. It's we've been waiting for the players that went to South America to come back and come back in form. Gio put in some minutes. I have mixed feelings about Christian Romero. He's still not there, I think, in far as adjusting to the pace of the Premier League, but he's been impressive. The way he carries the ball from the back, he propagates attacks, and that's really nice to watch from a centre back, especially a young centre back that's still developing. I don't have any concerns, especially about facing Arsenal, and my only worry is we'll be missing Eric Lamela. He's a guy that gave you problems, the challenge he is. He was a player that
but
loved.
Still one,
We love the derby.
We still one.
He was a player that loved the derby, in terms of his attitude towards it, and we'll definitely miss someone like that, But then I'm pretty confident if our players, play like the whole game the way they played the first half, it's going to be a win. London will be white. Come on, new space.
Not a chance, Adrian. Not a chance. I think but here's the tricky part. I think just like the Chelsea and Manchester City game,
yeah,
the first goal is going to be very crucial. Just that these teams have got less quality, because as far as Arsenal is concerned, my team can't score. It's funny how football can just change. A couple of years ago, we could score, but we couldn't defend. So right now in this past games, we've been relying on our defense. We've been relying on our defense to bail us out of games. And Aubameyang is a fan favorite. A lot of fans, still have the hope that he still has the goods in him. But as far as I'm concerned, I think he's washed up. I think occasionally he can come up with the goods. But I would prefer Lacazette to start. I think he offers the team a whole lot more, because besides from the goals, Aubameyang doesn't really offer much to the team. I think the other youngsters in Odegaard, Saka, and Emil Smith-Rowe play better with Lacazette, because he's good with, his hold-up play. He's not as reliable a finisher, but I think for the good of the team, Lacazette, makes the whole team play a whole lot better. And if we start with Lacazette, I think we've got a whole lot more chances to win. And the first goal is going to prove very crucial, as far as this game is concerned. And 1-0 Arsenal, that's my prediction.
My prediction is a hat-trick for Eddie Kane. 3-0.
No. It was against Arsenal. So 2-1 Arsenal. Harry Kane from the spot for you guys.
I foresee 3 goals from Harry Kane. Welcome back, Harry. We need him to pull through. Son was okay from the start. I think the injury he suffered during the international break quite set him back. So I hope Harry steps up to the plate. We want a hat trick, and I can only see this going one way. Come on, new Spurs. And like I said, they love scoring in the derby, and we need him to score in this derby. So, yeah.
Yes, Adrian, whenever, the fixture list comes out, I look at the fixture list and there's 2 teams that I'm always, excited to play against. And there's 2 games that I don't want to lose ever, no matter the circumstances, whether it's the Carabao Cup or what. Number 1, Spurs. Number 2, Manchester United. Those are the 2 teams that I hate the most. So it would be a tough one to lose this one. So I've got hope and faith in my team. This is a derby, and usually, my team usually comes up with the goods, even if we're not in good form. But like you said, and like everybody else knows, there's a derby. Anything can happen. Form goes out of the window when it comes to the derby. Like we've seen a couple of times. I think even last season, the games that we played, weren't playing so well, but the guys brought up the quality when it came to the derbies. And I'm expecting nothing less when it comes to Sunday.
Definitely, Junior. I heard that you say you have hope and faith. All I can say is that it's the hope that kills you.
We'll wait and see. We'll see whether you'll be as confident on our next show.
Definitely. And with that, Junior, I think we have exhausted all the content that we had for this week's episode. I want to say I hope you have a good derby, but then I really don't, May Tottenham win. And
Not a chance, Adrian. Not a chance. We're going to see the game, and I'm going to be a pest as far as your team is concerned when we'll be scoring our goals. Wait and see.
we don't want people that block each other on in those DMs, man. But anyway, it's always a pleasure having this talk with you. And until
Always
next
a pleasure,
time.
bro. Cheers, Adrian.
Cheers, my man.
Hometown chillin',